Hey guys, so today I'm back with another Rain TV talk. Today is my least favorite characters in Rain. Like, in a way, as this list goes on, I despise these people. Like, number one is really just the worst person in the show. Again, disclaimer: these are the characters, not the actors. All the actors did an amazing job. Again, which is probably why I watched it like 5 times. So, let's get into it. All right, so at number 10, I'm going to say Diane de Poitiers. Now, I never liked the concept of mistresses. I always thought that was stupid. Cheating on your spouse is not cool. In season maybe 1 through 3, I didn't mind Diane. I mean, I didn't like the fact that she was a mistress, but she was never really there. And whenever she talked to Catherine, you could tell that she always had a high respect for Catherine. She always did what Catherine told her to do, and because Catherine is queen, and in real life they were cousins. I did not like the fact that apparently she offed Catherine's babies, like her youngest twins, for Henry. Like, what? Like, you did that? And she was like, oh my gosh, I did it for Henry. And Catherine was like, perfect. Henry did it for Henry too. So I was very disappointed in her. But she's Bash's mom, so I can't hate her too much because Bash. Okay, so y'all are gonna not like me for this, but number 9 is Greer. So first and foremost, Greer was the perfect lady in waiting to marry. Like, Greer was everything anybody would want as a lady in waiting. The only thing I didn't like about her was the fact that she always played with Leith's feelings about her. Like, Leith was in love with her, and she was kind of like this, no, I'm a noble woman, I can't have you. And then, oh, don't be stingy, I love you. Like, just playing with his emotions. And when Leith finally moved on, he moved on with the daughter of her husband, or her soon-to-be husband or something at the time. But Leith didn't know this, and she literally ruined the relationship. Like, girl, what? And then she cheated on her spouse with someone, and then got pregnant by him and had a baby and stuff. It was just a lot. Like, I didn't like her choices, but she wasn't the worst, but I just didn't like her choices. Like, next is Henry. Okay, so we met him in like season 4, and the reason why he was so annoying, the reason why he's on this list is because he was coveting his brother's throne. Like, he always had something to say. Like, he was just unlikable to me. He even stole his brother Charles at the time, who was king, his girlfriend and stuff. Like, and the girlfriend wasn't good either. I should put her on here. I'm gonna put her on here. Yep, there she is. They're gonna share that spot because not only did Charles, the king of France at the time, take her out of her poor lifestyle and put her as a lady in the court, she also really disrespected him. Like, she really had an affair with Narcisse and with Henry. I was like, girl, like, you could have went back to that farm that Charles got you out of. Like, you really over here playing. Like, that's not cool. Okay, y'all really gonna hate me for this, but Kenna was the worst lady to marry. Yeah, Lola, again, with the whole Francis thing, that was terrible. But in season 1, she really left Mary for Henry, like, to be Henry's mistress. And I remember Mary, like, especially season 1, she was like, yo, I'm not just you guys' queen, I'm your guys' friends, I'm your guys' best friend. And she really over here, like, did not appreciate Mary. Like, Mary was like, hey, just so you know, if you become Henry's mistress, you're not going to be under my protection as your queen anymore and stuff. And you just have to watch out because he already has an official mistress. Remember Diane? That was his official mistress. And also Catherine was not the nicest person or the best person in season 1. So Mary tried to really, like, watch out for her, and she never appreciated it. Like, she was really like, well, I don't serve you anymore. What? She really annoyed the crap out of me. And then when Lola got pregnant by Francis and stuff, she really had something to say about it. Like, girl, aren't you the mistress of the king? Like, aren't you really over here, with the king? Like, she really had nothing to say. The only time I liked her was whenever she was watching after that little boy, Pascal and stuff, and when she became a mother figure, that's when I loved her. And then she got to marry Bash. Like, she got to marry Bash and then ruined that. She was almost looking out for herself, and I couldn't stand it. So next is Penelope, again with men of power kings getting women out of like their low status. Like she worked in the kitchen, and Catherine is the one that made sure that she was queen of the bean, which is like if you find a bean in your slice of cake, you get to become queen for a day. And she really ruined that. Like I know that she wanted to be queen for a long time. She tried to be Henry's official mistress. This was after Kenna. And I actually like the fact that she knew how to play the game. However, Catherine knew how to play it better. So like she wasn't my least favorite character because she kind of reminds me, like she puts me in the mind of like her and Catherine could be like an iconic duo. But she was going up against Catherine, and that's a big no-no, girl. But in the end, she got to become one of Catherine's flying squadrons, which is like her ladies that get with noblemen and stuff like that, and basically live this lavish lifestyle. So she got to do what she got to do in the end. Next is Elizabeth. She created all of her problems. She really was crying the whole time we met her, like in season 3, about what her father, Henry VIII, did to her mom, and then did the exact same thing to Lola. Like, yes, I could tell that she was hurting, but she really kind of did some dumb stuff. Like, she really prevented one of my favorite characters, Gideon, that we talked about in the last video, my favorite characters. She really kept him from seeing his own daughter. And then whenever she finally let him see his own daughter, she passed away. Like, she was trying to make it right in the end. I can understand that. But, like, she really caused all of her own problems and caused problems that affected other people. And it's sad because I really thought I was going to love her character. And in the end, I kind of did. But, of course, with that whole, offering another queen, Mary, and stuff at the end, I could not find myself to like her. But I did feel bad for her sometimes, though. I did not like her. She was introduced in season 1, and I hated her. Like, she really tried to convince Francis to let her be his official mistress. And when Mary kind of confronted him about it, like, he was also, like, she was the reason, like, everybody in the castle, when the castle was taken over, she was responsible for making sure that, like, the exit door, the secret door, that people could escape from the castle was like open because it locks from the outside. So she was in charge of standing behind that door and making sure that when the queens came that she can open up the door and let them through. She abandoned her post. Like, I really did not like her. Like, they tried to bring her back to have a relationship with Nostradamus, and I was like, and when Nostradamus sent her away, I was like, I really had it out for this man. This man created his own problems, and he was just like, yuck. And his mom was yuck. And are we not going to talk about the fact that he literally set a house on fire? Like, in Scotland at this time in the show, there was like a fire outbreak, and Mary helped put out the fires. The people of Scotland saw that Mary was very likable, and the people loved Mary, their queen, and he set a house on fire with children in it just to save them. Like, and we're not even going to talk about how he got all the rest of the nobles to off Mary's best friend in Scotland. Like, Rizzo was way too good a character to be offed like that, and he was responsible for it. I hated him. Next is this weak mother. Like, this was Mary's mom. In season 2, she was introduced after Mary got... You know what happened in season 2. Like, something really bad happened to Mary, and she didn't even care. Like, she was like, okay, so are you pregnant? Like, I mean, how can Catherine, who literally hated Mary, be a better mom than you are to your own child? Like, she was just, I wanted to fight him. I wanted to sucker punch him so bad. Like, this is John Knox, if you don't know. And he's the reason in the show, and probably in real life, I don't remember, that got Mary, basically jailed Mary and stuff. Like, I knew something was going to be wrong with him. I knew he was going to be a problem when Mary walked into the room coming back to Scotland after years of being in France. And he was the only person in the room that didn't bow. I was like, are we going to have a problem? Like, and then Narcisse met him and stuff. And Narcisse, he gave him what he deserved, okay? And in the end, he still won. Like, ugh. Last but not least, Francis, season 1 only. He was just always crying and just like he was terrible to Mary, so I hated him in season 1 only.